Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of section 2-4. Hopefully we can get it wrapped up in this video. I don't know if we can or not, but we'll give it a shot. I've got about 3 more problems we've got to get through and make sure you're comfortable with here. So we just wrapped up this question in your notes, and we checked it. We got that negative 64 equals negative 64, and the solution was x is 11. So if you would draw a dotted line, or may need to go to the back of your page at this point. And also, if you want more of this template, you have a couple choices. One would be just take a regular piece of paper and turn it sideways, put 3 lines on it would be fine. Or I did at my website put copies of these templates if you would like to print them off as well. But one way or another, just get it on a landscape piece of paper for your notes. It's a great habit to get into here. So let's take a look at this question here. It's 2 times 5x minus 1 is equal to 3 times x plus 11. I'll go a little bit faster here. I won't do as much in the description since we've already written that part down here. Let's just work it out. If you want to hit pause, it actually would be a good check for you. See if you can work through it, and then let the video play and see how you do. So I'm going to just work through this one. Like I said, hit pause if you want to try it, work it out, and I'll get going now. I'm going to distribute my 2. It's 10x minus 2. Whoops. And then over here I have 3x plus 33. What I'm going to do now is I want to move the variables to one side. (7x minus 2 on the left, and I have 33 on the right. I'm going to solve this by adding 2. And I'll have 7x equals 35. Divide by 7. X equals 5. If you want to check it, you can. But for the sake of time, I am going to just move on. But I'll tell you that's the right answer. All right, moving on. If you'd put a dotted line again in your notes, and we will move on down the page to this question where something interesting is going to happen here that you'll need to be aware of. Copy that down if you have not. This is an important one that you have an understanding of what's going on, because it's going to look really funny in just a moment. 10x plus 12 is equal to 2 times 5x plus 6. All right, what we have to simplify first. Now, you'll notice the left-hand side is okay. There's nothing we can do there. But on the right-hand side, I need to get rid of those parentheses. And watch what happens here. So let's recopy the left. Distribute the 2, and look what happens. Now, you may be noticing something strange here, but let's pretend you don't. Let's go ahead and move the variables to one side. I'm going to subtract 10x off the left-hand side. And look what happens. 0 and 0. You're left with this, 12 equals 12. What in the world is going on with that? Well, 12 is equal to 12. That's interesting. And what that means is that any solution will work. And what we say is all real numbers are a solution. And what that's called in math is called an identity. Okay, if we look back at the problem here, 10x plus 12 equals, well, that's 10x plus 12. So think about it. If I picked a number for x like 5, and I put it for this x here and for this x here, you'd get the same thing on both sides. You'd get 50 plus 12 is equal to 50 plus 12. That would work. You could pick x as 10. You would have 100 plus 12, or 112, is equal to 112. Any number will work in this because you have the same thing on both sides once we simplified it. So if that happens, where you eliminate the variable disappears, and these are the same number, then any number is going to work as a solution to that particular problem. Okay, and that you will need to know, and you'll need to be able to recognize that, and you will need to tell me that's an identity there. So highlight that word, please, and make a note that an identity is when all real numbers are a solution. That's what it means. Any number could work in there. Okay, and let's look at one more problem and we will be done. We're going to get this done in only 2 videos, and that's good news. All right, let's copy this one down. If you have not, do that for me, please. In the middle, 4 times x minus 5 is equal to 2 times 2x plus 1. All right, well, again, the left side is simplified, so you don't have to do anything to that, but the right side is not. So you have to distribute that 2 and get 4x plus 4. All right, let's move the variables to one side. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. All right, on the left-hand side you have -5, and on the right-hand side you have 4. Uh-oh, it happened again. The variable disappeared, but they're different. They're different. So you know what that means? There is no solution to this. Because think about this. If I took any number and put it in here for x, like 2, you'd have 8 minus 5. And then over here, it actually, you can see it better if you look at this line once you simplified it. If you put 2 in here for x, you'd have 8 minus 5. Over here, you'd have 8 plus 4. Those two sides can never equal each other because you have 4 times something on both sides, but then on one side you're subtracting 5 and one side you're adding 4. It can't happen. There is no solution that we can put in to this particular equation and get an answer. So that's no solution. So if you really watched both these videos and hit pause and thought about it, you should be in good shape to move on as the class moves quickly. And there's a lot of work to do. But if you keep up and do all this stuff, I think it'll work well for you. See you soon.